Do you find yourself often saying things like, I feel stuck? Well, this is Valerie, and today on Business by Design podcast, I'm going to talk about what's really going on when you say to yourself that you feel stuck, right? Most of the time, it's not confusion at all. Usually, it's fear. So, I want to unpack that for you today and help you move beyond that. Join me. Hello, beautiful one. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to Business by Design podcast. Your next level starts here. This is the 10-minute reset for women entrepreneurs who know there's another level waiting for them. Hi, I'm Valerie Priester, your host and your mindset and strategy catalyst. Each week, you'll get two essentials: a mindset reset to quiet the self doubt that keeps you circling the same plateau, and a strategic architect move, a practical step you can plug into your business before the episode even ends. Listen, this is what I promise: no fluff, just focused clarity so you can trade busy work for purposeful and powerful momentum. Are you ready? Let's design your victory starting now. Over the last 17 plus years, I've worked with countless women, and I've heard over and over again, women say, I feel stuck. I feel like I've reached this place where I don't know how to move forward or how to break through this invisible ceiling or whatever it is that they feel like is holding them back, right? And what shows up more often than not are reasons that sound like, I think I need more clarity, or I think I need a better strategy, or I need, more training, another certification, right? But when we dig deeper, what's actually holding them back isn't a lack of information. It's really fear, right? And I know this firsthand because I've experienced that myself, and even still to this day, sometimes I experience that, right? I remember, years of going around and around in circles, really not sure about um, what I wanted to coach on, right? And in that moment of not having clarity, I would always tell myself, I'm stuck. I feel stuck, right? I didn't know like what I wanted my coaching modality to be. I didn't know like who I really wanted to coach. Now, I've always known that I'm called to women. I've always known that. And that has always been, my heart. I have a heart for helping women. But I put all of that together and I kept feeling like I'm stuck. I can't move beyond this space. And let me tell you, that lasted for years. That wasn't just, once a month, 1 month that I felt that, or a couple of weeks that I felt that. It lasted for months. And as I said, even now, today, sometimes it will show up again. This is why I say that our work is never complete, right? We are always evolving and growing. But I know what that feels like firsthand. And it's not a good feeling. I know for me, I spent nights, countless nights, crying myself to sleep because I couldn't figure this out. What I knew in my heart was that I wanted to help women, but I felt like I was absolutely stuck and in my own way. So there's a lot of different fears. There's a lot of different things that we, contribute to why we should be afraid. We have fear of failure. We have fear of judgment. We have, fear of being fully seen as who we are, right? And what I want you to know is that you're not stuck because you don't know what to do. That's like a core truth. You know what to do. You're stuck because taking the next step feels like it's risky. It feels like I'm being vulnerable. I'm being exposed. We feel all of that, right? And that's completely human. That's who we are. But staying in fear keeps you from moving forward. And it keeps you in this loop of second guessing and doubting yourself, right? So I want to give you some practical tips on how to really move through that, right? These are things that I practice myself, and, what I found to be helpful for me in moving through those moments when I start to feel like I'm stuck, right? One of the things that I do first is I name the fear. What is it that I'm really afraid of, right? Write it down. Is it that I'm afraid, to launch this new offer? Is it that I'm afraid that no one will buy it? What am I really afraid of? What is the fear, right? Getting specific about what it is and naming it, it takes away its power. So it can no longer hold you hostage. And then now most people say this. Most people say play the worst case scenario game. I don't like that because I don't want to focus on anything that's worst case, right? So instead, I say play the best case scenario game. And what this looks like is what happens, ask yourself this, what happens if I move through the fear and did it anyway? Right? How would you feel if your dreams became your reality because you moved through the fear anyway? How would that change your business or your life? So I want you to focus on playing the best case game and not the worst case. Okay. The other thing is take tiny, micro, brave steps. You're going to hear me say this often because it's not about taking the big, gigantic leaps. It's about taking the small steps that helps you to create the courage to keep moving forward. Courage doesn't mean that fear is gone. It's never really gone, right? It means that you move anyway. You take the step anyway. And one small move is what builds momentum. And as you continue to take one small move after another small move, you're building the momentum to keep you moving forward, which also builds your courage. Okay? Now, as I said, I deal with this myself. And how this shows up for me is like telling myself that, you know, I felt stuck because, again, I couldn't figure out who I wanted to coach. But I really wasn't stuck. What I was doing was hiding and being in fear. And a big part of that was I was comparing myself to others. I would look at other coaches and go, oh, they really have it together. They really, their program is really on point. It's sharp. It's perfect. It's all of this. And now I had no way of knowing any of that because I'm looking from the outside in, right? But it was a comparison game that I played with myself. And because of that, I kept telling myself that I wasn't ready, right? I kept telling myself that, I'm stuck and I can't move forward. So if you're in that space, again, try these things. Name the fear, play the best case scenario game, right? And then take tiny, micro, brave steps to build your courage. I know you can do this. Leave me a comment and let me know how this works for you. Remember, designing your victory is a choice. Start today with one micro brave move. We'll see you next time. Well, my amazing ones, that's your focus shift for today. If it sparked a new thought, follow the show and share it with a friend who's also ready for clarity. For those of you that have been following me, I want you to know I truly appreciate you. For those that are new to me, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you continue to follow. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Sharing is caring. Want to keep the momentum going? Check the show notes for my newest free resource. You can be sure it's most timely to help you take your next confident step. I'll meet you next Thursday for another dose of mindset and strategy tailored for the business and life you truly want. Remember, designing your victory is a choice. Start with one clear, purposeful action today.